There are currently a lot of rappers in jail or facing the prospect of jail time right now. Some of them being very big names in the industry currently, or at one time. But then, there's a rapper who literally got out of jail, Bobby Shmurda. The young rapper who seemed to be rocketing into fame, but then an arrest and some questionable justice led him to doing some serious time behind bars. But now he's free. But will it last? And how did he get into this mess, as well as out of it? Allow us to show you how Bobby Shmurda is finally out after 7 years. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. 5. The arrest of Bobby Shmurda. At one point in time, Bobby Shmurda was a young rapper from Brooklyn who made his fame off the back of his mega hit song, Hot and while that song got him fame, it also got him the attention of many powerful people in the area that he grew up in. Shmurda grew up in a tough part of New York, and to help escape it, he formed a group of brothers called the GS9. But in his own words, they weren't a gang, they were just friends. But the cops didn't see it that way and kept tabs on him and his crew, especially after Hot came out. After all, one of the big lyrics of the song was, "I'm with Trigger, I'm with Rasha, I'm with A-Rod. Broad daylight and we gonna let them things bark. Tell 'em, free Mishi, ho. Some way, free Breezy, ho. And tell 'em I Shmurda teamin', ho. Mitch caught a body about a week ago." After hearing those lyrics, the police felt they had the evidence to prove that this group had committed a terrible crime. Brooklyn's South Violence Reduction Task Force was the one that made the arrests, and they said in a press conference his song and video were almost like a real-life document of what they're doing on the street. By Christmas in 2014, Shmurda and his crew were arrested for various charges, including possession, conspiracy, and more. And when they caught Shmurda, they played his song to taunt him. "The day they locked me up," he noted, "they said, 'We're tired of our kids listening to your music.' They said it to my face laughing." As if to help prove how corrupt this all was, Shmurda was given a $2 million bail, which as he noted was clearly biased against him and his crew. There's people with 10 murders that get $500,000 bail, and I'm not even on attempted murder. He denies that being a rapper in GS9 means that he hurt anyone, or sanctioned the hurting of someone, or anything like that. "I'm guilty for where I live. I was never part of no gang. That's just because of the neighborhood," he stated. "You don't even have to be in the gang to be in a gang. You can probably just grow up in the neighborhood. You're part of the gang already." But it wasn't just the bail amount that Shmurda was mad at. It was everyone involved with his arrest. "If we made bail, I would have beat the case," he said. "We look guilty in those orange jumpsuits. If you put Al Sharpton in the orange jumpsuit and accused him of having a gun, he's gonna be found guilty. They just look at our skin color and look at where we're from. I don't get caught with anything on me, and the cops lied, saying they saw me with a gun in my hand. I explained the whole situation to Epic, and they were behind me all the way. We had big money lawyers, and they still couldn't do anything because of the judge, who looked at us like black thugs." In 2016, Shmurda took a plea deal and pleaded guilty to certain charges, getting his 6 years in jail. But there is a hidden truth behind that plea deal. "I was forced to take this sentence. I did not want to take this sentence," Shmurda told the court. "I was forced by my attorney to take this plea." Shmurda also admitted that he took this hit in regards to sentencing because it would get one of his fellow GS9 brothers a smaller sentence. So thus, he spent 5 years in jail for arguably crime he didn't commit, and thus he's been fighting it ever since.
Sir, back off.
4. The parole denial. Parole is what prisoners get when it's believed that they're paying enough dues in prison and thus are deserving of a chance to be let out early. The parole board meeting, as it's known, is meant to judge the intent of the person and see if they indeed are worthy of being let out early. For Bobby Shmurda, August 2020 was supposed to be the time when he had his parole board meeting. However, despite it being set for mid-August, it was delayed. However, it was eventually rescheduled and eventually put out in September, and it didn't go well. Following his September 15th, 2020 interview with the Board of Parole, Aquil Pallard was denied release and given a hold until the maximum expiration of his sentence on December 11, 2021. A spokesperson from the New York State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision told Complex. And to be clear, he was allowed to go and make a case for what he felt was his righteous release, if you will, even though the court didn't seem to agree with what he was putting down. Shmurda saw a situation differently, with transcripts revealing that he made his own case to be freed. He said he doesn't have impulsive behavior anymore, considers others in his decision-making, and walks away from bad situations when they occur. After telling the parole board that he wants to resume his music career when he's released and become involved in outreach programs with troubled youth. He also said that he sees himself as a leader rather than a follower. Additionally, he wants to get a high school GED when he got out. Sounds nice and decent, right? But according to the parole board, his actions speak louder than his words. During his time in prison, he apparently had multiple violations for things such as violence against others, drug possession, and apparently having a shank. So they gave the parole board all the reason they needed to go and put him in jail for the maximum amount of time, meaning until December 2021, which would have stuck, but... 3. News of release. Fast forward to late February 2021, and suddenly things shifted for him as it was revealed that he would be let out on the 23rd. The night of the announcement, Shmurda also got fans buzzing by sharing a 5-minute clip from the film King of New York, in which Christopher Walken's character is released from prison and then celebrates his freedom. Shmurda captioned the post, "How the F y'all forget about me?" So why was he released so soon after his maximum release date that we alluded to earlier? Apparently, a group stepped in on his behalf, one that works within the legal system to help those close to release get an earlier date, and they apparently made it happen for Bobby Shmurda, which he no doubt was very happy about, and was already planning his first day out.
I chill with my bro, bitch, we don't not it. All about that money, you gon' starve or you gon' stack.
2. Time with family. Bobby's mom, Leslie Pollard, told TMZ once Bobby was released from prison, he'll enjoy an intimate dinner with his family. After dinner, Bobby wanted to keep it chill, nothing crazy. He wanted to get back into his passion, which of course is music. Leslie stated he devoted most, if not all of his time to creating music again. Bobby will definitely carve out some time for a very important person, his parole officer. We're told he'll be checking in regularly, because he has to. After all, he doesn't want a dumb mistake leading him back to prison, you know?
And this bitch fly them out they pencil. You don't really want it when my head is when we in field. Real shit. Mommy money wasn't doing it. So I grabbed from crack, hit the trap, started moving there. A lot of niggas.
1. Reflections on prison. In a special interview with GQ after he got out of prison, Bobby Shmurda reflected on all that happened in there. I'm not saying jail is not going to break anybody, but usually jail I really don't care about it. Even though I'm locked up all the time, I still live good in jail. Since I was 12, he knows how to survive. You get the best treatment in jail when you get a job, he explained to me. Want to shower 5 times a week instead of 3? Get a job. Eat better? Get a job. More phone time? Get a job. But they kept firing when they realized I was just doing it to stay on the phone. There's also some key things that he regrets missing out on in his life. I left my godkids. There were 4 or 5 when I used to take them all to the store, Bobby tells me after hanging up with Meek. Now it's been 7 years. I used to lie to them, say I was on tour, but kids are smart. I missed out. Even that little half-decade of their lives, that's important to me. So clearly he knows just how much he lost and wants to get it back. We'll have to see it through if he's able to get his life back truly, or whether old habits really do die hard. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at Bobby Shmurda? And both what put him behind bars and what helped him get out of it. Do you think that Bobby is going to truly embrace life outside of prison in an attempt to go and stay out of jail again? How well do you think his music is going to do now that he's out? What do you personally expect him to do? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.